Whales Market is a great new dApp that I've just found on Solana. It's also on a couple of other networks such as Ethereum and Manta and coming to other networks. But at the moment, a lot of people on Solana will be starting to use this because of JUP. However, this dApp will allow you to do any pre-market buying. So you can buy a token before it's released, or you can sell a token before it's released. You can also do OTC trades as well. So let's dive into the tutorial and I'll go over the things I love about it. Firstly, a bit of an overview. We're in the pre-market section. I think this will be the place where most of the attention is received. And you can see that you can go and you can list a token for a certain price. You can see this has been listed for 78 cents per token for the JUP token. And then someone can go and pay for it. In this particular case with USDT, this one's USDC. If we click on closed, we can see all of the orders that have been filled. So this one here has been filled at 77 cents per token about a minute ago. Same thing here as an example. As I mentioned, this is for JUP, but this just happened for when. Now I only just found out about it and then I went and I sold quite a bit of when. So there are different strategies you can use if you want to use this dApp, and I'll go over them shortly. These are all of the closed orders, not necessarily filled, so we can click on 100% filled and then when again, and we can see the price and how many tokens were sold, how many days ago, and the price here as well. Now, before we go any further, this is the Twitter at Whales Market. So it's a decentralized OTC over-the-counter DEX. You can trade airdrop allocations, points tokens, and NFT whitelists. They've done over $10 million in volume, and they've been out for less than 1 month. This team, which is approximately 8 people, is the same team behind LootBot. So this has been going for a little bit, and this basically allows you to do farming of airdrops on different blockchains. The team is anonymous, spread throughout the world, but they are interested in adding value to the ecosystem. And it's always good to see that they've been building things beforehand. If we have a look in the docs, we can see the contract has been audited. Of course, audits don't find all the bugs all the time, but it's always a plus point to have an audit. And they also have a token. This token has only just launched. You can see it's up hugely from when it just launched, and it's slightly down in the last 1 day. I can't give you too many details about the token, but I know that they've got a staking mechanism coming to the platform soon. So let's navigate into the platform, click on the link here, and this takes you to the list of links. You've got the website here, the dApp here, and everything else here as well. Now, if you need support, jump into their Telegram. I hate to have to say this, but if you're new to crypto, or in general, if you're just in crypto, be very vigilant of scammers, especially when there's a dApp that's heating up or a coin that's heating up. I would imagine there will be some scammers in Telegram, and it's very, very hard to block them all. So just be vigilant of anyone DMing you. Let's go to the website, whales.market. Now, of course, check out the tokenomics and the roadmap in your own time, but we're just going to learn the actual dApp. So go to dApp, and this is it here. Now, I'm going to be using Phantom. So in my Phantom wallet, I've got a new key here, a new public address, Whales Market. I've got some USDC in here, and I'm good to go. We can see we've got different blockchains that we can connect to. So if you're playing on Ethereum or Manta, etc., just go and connect as per normal. So we'll just go ahead and connect our wallet here, Phantom, and sign. By signing this message, we're just verifying that we own this wallet. There's no transaction at all in that signature. Now let's go through all of the different things. So most of your attention will probably be in the pre-market section. JUP, of course, for the next few days, and after that, there'll be some new hot thing coming along, of course. So we have buy, sell, filled, and closed. And we've just got JUP right here. This is the only token available at the moment on the Solana blockchain to pre-purchase, something that has kind of hype. So let's have a look at this buy order. The current price is 72.5 cents. So we'll just call it 72 cents per token. There's 1,000 JUP available, and you have to pay using USDC on the Solana network, of course, only on the Solana network. So in pre-market here, we have 2 different versions. We have a single fill and a partial fill. A partial fill allows multiple people to go in and to buy, whereas a single fill means that someone has to buy the entire order once. In my opinion, partial fill is a better system just to get it filled faster, but I guess single fill is slightly easier in terms of when you have to allocate the funds, the tokens to the other person. Maybe it saves you a minute. But let's select this one and let's quickly go through it. The token to buy it is USDC 775 USDC for 1,000 JUP. If we click on this order here, we can see here that this user is selling JUP for USDC. So this is where we want to go and buy the JUP. So we can see there's a slider here. So if I want to buy this amount, I can deposit this. I can click max if I want to, or I can just go and change this. This is just a tutorial, so I'm just going to buy a small amount, like $30 worth, 39 JUP. Click deposit, deposit the USDC. And if you happen to notice this pop up, it's because they haven't added priority fees to the dApp yet. So I'll give feedback to the team. I'm certain they will, but all these things take a little bit of time to ship. So just make sure you've canceled the transaction and do it again. And I'm just going to refresh the page in case this is filled suddenly. Okay, so in this particular occasion, it had completely filled before I managed to get in. So of course, it couldn't take my money. So this was not a problem with priority fees, but you may notice it happening in the future. Let's go for this one here because hopefully there are some funds. Okay, let's see if we can get in there quickly before it runs out. Deposit USDC, and confirm. My order has been successfully filled. I've sent $32.70 worth of USDC. I can go to my dashboard and I can see everything right here. If we click on this, we can just open up the order. So we can see here our order history just like that. Now, what if you want to create your own offer? We can click create offer and then pre-market. Now we've got the network, Solana. You change this to Ethereum if you're on Ethereum, of course. Buying, if you want to buy token allocation, you can create your own offer, or if you want to sell. So we'll go selling, next, and how much JUP? At the moment, only JUP is available, but of course there'll be other tokens in the future. And we might go with something like, I want to sell 50 JUP, and then the collateral. Now you can use Sol, but most commonly people are using USDC, so we're going to go with USDC. If I put in $100, it says what the token will be, $2. Now we know that people are selling it for about 77 cents, so maybe I might want to sell it for 80 cents. You can add a description if you like, and you can either select partial fill or single fill. As I mentioned before, partial fill means it'll take a little bit longer to allocate the funds to other people. If it's a really small order like this, of course, single fill. However, if it's like $1,000, $2,000, or something like that, maybe partial fill. We'll go with single fill next. And now we have to deposit our USDC. Now with this USDC, you need to deposit this as collateral and it's refunded with sales after settlement. So we'll deposit this like so and confirm in our wallet. And now an offer has been created. If we go to dashboard, we can see here we have our created offer. If we want to, we can click on manage and we can close offer. So you have the option to close the offer before it is 100% filled. But with this, if someone had already bought half of the allocation, then they would still be getting half of the allocation and I'll only be closing the other half. So now I've got a couple of orders out there. So I don't have many limit orders. And what I mean by limit order is something that would trade at a higher or lower price. So as an example, I can create another offer, pre-market, selling, and next. And maybe I want to sell 50 JUP, could be more. Change this to USDC, it's most popular. And maybe I want to do 65. So 65 USDC. In case the price starts to go up, we can go next and deposit our 65 USDC. Now, I don't necessarily think that it will go that high, but if things start to get kind of heated around JUP, then this can be filled. And this allows you to basically set these orders, and this allows you to do whatever you're normally doing in life without having to pay attention completely all the time to crypto Twitter, and things like that. Also, if the launch happens at 3 p.m. UTC time, great, unless you're in Australia or Asia or somewhere like that. So you're basically covering that basis. Now let me show you the other markets. So we have the OTC market. Now the OTC market is where you can sell any token. However, be aware if we click on all, you do have a lot of scam tokens. Now, one thing here is it's a scam to me, but to you, it may not be. So they do have this, which says the token is not on our strict list and could be impersonating other well-known tokens. So it is a very easy system to basically see there are issues potentially there, but we can also see there are some scam tokens such as when, but it's very, very obvious. So just keep that in mind. And be also aware that you can just toggle on strict list. So people are selling the whales token, some of them at very, very high prices, which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. This product itself, I do not think will be as popular as pre-market, but it still has a use case, of course, but just be vigilant of people that are impersonating scam tokens. Like this is a fake bonk as an example. Now let's go over to the left, click on points market. So at the moment, there's only 2 point systems, agent layer and friend tech. Agent layer, I believe, is like a layer 2 solution for Ethereum, but we can see just by selecting this, we can go and buy some of these points. And if we click on this here, we will know that we'll get an equivalent amount of tokens by buying these points. So I have no idea what 50,000 agent layer points equals in value. I'm sure if you've done your research and if you want some exposure, you can go and do it like this. There are actually plenty of people that are actually buying these points, but I'm not familiar with agent layer or the point system, so I have no idea what is fair value. Same thing here with friend tech, and I imagine they can add this in the future with Camino, as well as Drift and other Solana dApps, but at present, no one really knows the fair value for those points. They have a whitelist market coming soon as well, so we'll cover that when that's also released. Now, how do you actually get your JUP tokens? So this person was selling JUP, and I went and I bought some. So when the token generation event happens, you have 24 hours to then go and allocate those tokens to the buyer. So if I do not get my JUP tokens within 24 hours, then this person here, user 8FX, etc., they will lose their USDC. You can see it in the docs. If a seller disappears, you can then cancel the order afterwards, and you'll get return deposited and the seller's collateral. This will be minus the fee of 2.5%. In a separate video after JUP launches, we'll cover these things though. So let's talk strategies. Now, the most simple strategy, I think, is you want to lock in some profit. So I want to lock in some profit. I'm going to go and list it at this price. Hopefully it gets claimed, and then I've locked in that profit minus the 2.5% platform fee. There's plenty of liquidity here as long as it's been done at the right price. And you don't have to worry about frantically trying to sell it on the open market with priority fees and all that sort of craziness. There's another more advanced strategy, however, that you may want to consider. Let's say the price continues to go up and up and up. And let's say tomorrow the price is $1 per token. If you sell at $1, it may be with the expectation that you can buy it off the open market at a cheaper price. So there's the potential for arbitrage. So I'll give you an example with the WEN token. We know that the allocation for the WEN token was 643,000, and people were selling this for about 42 USDC, and I was as well. This was the price per token. Now, right now, the WEN price is up considerably. We, of course, never knew that would happen, but if we put in our WEN token amount, it's selling now for 108 USD. However, on launch day, the price was actually lower. So if you're awake and if you're on the computer and you had time to battle with priority fees, so you could have bought it at a lower price down here, then gone and allocated the tokens, and you would have made a small amount of money. This is just something to keep in mind in case you sell it, and then you have seller's remorse because the token goes up. If you have any more questions, the docs with Whales Market are very, very good. Normally people just have text and not very many pictures, but here they've put in screenshots, so it makes it a lot more easier to understand. And that's an overview and tutorial for Whales Market. At these prices or slightly higher, I may be locking in some profits on JUP. Maybe you want to do the same, or maybe you want to buy some. Of course, nothing is financial advice, and there is always smart contract risk. But thus far, I'm definitely loving the dApp. That's all for this tutorial, so make sure you share it with your friends, and in a few days' time, on the 31st, once JUP launches, I'll show you how you can do the other steps of actually settling your accounts. Stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next video.